I am back. It has been a couple of months. Been a couple of interesting months. Literally the last stream was just me trying to get better quality everything because I had a colossal failure of recording, and then the stream VOD coming out very poor that I couldn't use it for any video or anything I wanted to make. Did that stream with correcting everything and fixing all that. Was perfectly like 100% about to stream the next weeks and all that. And life just threw 100 wrenches at me all at once. So yeah. So this whole stream as well is basically me trying to get everything back in order. There's not going to be a lot of moving parts though. It's just talking a lot, and hopefully that sounds good. There's going to be background music. Hopefully that sounds good too. And yeah, this game is Pax Historia. It is an alternate history text-based game using AI prompts and all that. To you basically are doing a bunch of random bullshit with the AI and causing the world's history to change, basically. This is the kind of stuff I think actual AI is good for. Fucking around, not replacing anyone, actually creating something from it instead of regurgitating bullshit. So yeah, just getting that out of the way right away first, just, you know, so that anyone watching isn't going to be like, how dare you enjoy anything with AI. No, there's going to always be something with it, especially nowadays. This actually uses it in a thoughtful way. So I did a test run the other day. This is all run in the browser, by the way, and so you could just go to paxhistoria.co. And yeah, the other day I ran this just to see how everything went, and it ended up being a 3-hour adventure where I was basically fighting off the US until it was an alternate history where I started with very poorly named countries. Here, over here in Russia, in Antarctica, and in Australia. And the US is constantly just on me because of having their land, which is silly because in the alternate history they gave it to me, but it went into a war where, because of my setting and how I selected everything, the people that lived here came from like spaceships and all that, so they had so much more advanced technology that anytime they would attack, it was just like, it doesn't do anything, until they basically got embarrassed. They ended up shooting a nuke at me, and then the nuke just disintegrated, and they got embarrassed that they just gave up land, and then they were like, I don't know, and so they're going to give up more land, and I was just like, no, I want to keep my land, I don't want to deal with it. And then we built this barrier where I gave Mexico New Mexico, I gave Canada Montana, and then I created this little holding area between that's just, you know, not dealing with them on my borders. And yeah, so that was just my test version. Let's see. That's the chats. I want to see if I could see my original prompt. Okay. Yeah, so like this is what I wrote for the prompt at first. Alternate reality in 1965. Things came, and so like this is 50 years later, or at least it was started 50 years later. And I just wanted to go from there. I'm gonna try something different this time. This was all peace stuff, except, you know, I made it so that these guys were more war focused and these guys were isolationists, and I wanted to see how everything went from there. But I'm going to at least start with not a super advanced race of alien life forms. And the new one, I'm going to be like, I think we'll just start with somehow people became furries in some specific region and go from there. And then every single thing, instead of being like, we do this, is how I basically... Let's see if I could see any of the old prompts. No, I don't think it shows the old actions. But instead of I do this and then here are all the results, I'm going to say I try to do this, this place tries to do this, and see the results there, so that it could be more up in the air in general. I think I'm going to try modern day was fine. There's no big issue with that one. And we'll start custom. Now, the entity name, as I so poorly made before, I honestly thought my very poor Antarctica name was great. I'm going to bring that back as a secondary country, I think, which is Anthro-Arctica, or Anthro-Arctica. Just put the intro in between the A and the rest. It was so bad, I love it. But I think I'm just gonna do the same thing as last time, just throw it in Cascadia. But and then add regions. We're just gonna do all of Cascadia, basically. We'll do the smaller version. We'll take Baja California too, though. Just so it's not just the United States. I did do British Columbia last time for the same reason. I don't want to just take the United States, because then they'll just fight me instead of... I mean, I assume they would. That's what happened last time, is they got angry just because of certain areas. So I'll just add that, just so there's less one country. Play is that. I'll do normal. Okay. And then I am going to add in a little bit of a country. No, it's not a country, it's a region. No. How do I do this? I forget already. Create a new country on the map. Oh, we have to. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. No, we'll put dashes in between this time, both of them. And there will be. I'm making color black, just so we can tell. Create that. Now, yes, I'm right. No, it's unknown territory. Okay. How do I do this? There we go. Now they own that. Big land. For the polar bears and stuff. Okay. Now that we got those two countries made, I'm gonna change the prompts. Alright. An alternate history. No, this is an alternate history where 50 years previously, I just say 50 years just because, you know, that's enough to have things settled down, but not enough for some people to forget how things were before, you know? Yeah. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to start recording, so the first part is going to be VOD. Hopefully, as long as everything looks good, now it should be recording. Okay. It's what happened last time too. I definitely need to start remembering to do that. But hopefully all the settings are all good. Anyway, this is an alternate history where 50 years previously, something happened scientifically. It doesn't have to be serious or precise, I don't think. That's not what we're here for. Something happened scientifically where a massive population of people, multiple millions, randomly transformed into anthropomorphic animals. Because of this, some people were afraid, of course, like they would be, and exiled them away into certain territories. But one territory, because of these territories became the lands known as Cascadia, and I can't remember how to spell this, and Arctica, there we go. Cascadia is, I'm gonna say they're intertwined with humans are intertwined there. Humans live among the that's not how you spell that. grow animals in Cascadia, leading to a comfortable living situation between the two, though outsiders are wary of the anthros. And Urtica is isolationist, only ever dealing with the leaders of Cascadia. They are afraid of humans. Oh, great. So that's the background. Hopefully that's saved. I don't want to do that again. Okay, cool. Now then, if anyone is watching, feel free to give me any sort of anything to throw onto here at any point. Like, I am fully on board with anything, even if it's silly, even if it's going to make the game lose. It does not really lose, but like, I'm just currently playing as Cascadia. I can switch over to anything at any point. It doesn't have a win condition. It's literally what, you know, anyone wants. Like, I'm only planning on going for maybe an hour. Like I said, this is mostly a test stream. I am hoping something cool comes out of it. Like, the testing of the actual game was supposed to be for 10 minutes, and I ended up spending like 3.5 hours on it. So it really depends on how everything goes. But yeah, let's get started. So there's going to be chats here they'll pop up after actions take place and all that. We can chat with each country and things. I could do it right now. I could just start randomly chatting with, say, the US. But this would be like actions. Since it's January 1st, I'm gonna say fireworks shoot through the night sky throughout the Cascadia. Let me actually make that bigger for you guys as well. I forgot I can do that, so you can see. There you go. This is the 50th, okay, as well as celebrating the new year. This marks the 50th year of the change, and so there are a ton of celebrations going on throughout the land, but also worry from other more. No, I'm not going to put that. I want to see if any actual thing worries about these things first before saying anything like that. So we'll just put that there. We can do a couple other actions. Let's see. The leaders of anthro-based. I don't think I need to put the dashes in. I think I'll figure it out. It usually did on the other ones. Like on the last one, poorly named things like Anthro-Siberia. Eventually, the AI just was like, Siberians. That's what they called. So, Antarctica weren't celebratory. That's not how you spell that. There we go. God. I need to get better at my spelling again. Due to their exile happening 50 years ago today. Unlike their cousins in the north, they grow more and more wary of the human threat. How about I put the human countries look towards the two anthro countries to make sure there isn't anything peculiar planned. The first actions were always like super weird. Like once it starts playing with me, then I figure like I could bounce things off then. But right now, just trying to figure out like what exactly to put down, it was it's always the hardest part. You're like, I don't know, something to do with a country. All right, next major event. Let's see what happens. All right, throughout the cities of Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco, massive fireworks displays illuminate the night sky. Hell yeah. Cascadia's diverse population of human and anthros celebrates 5 decades of coexistence and prosperity. While much of the world remains skeptical of the change, the Cascadia region has become a beacon of cultural synthesis. Hey, that sounds good. I'm going to use that as like scientific, like they're going to be like slightly more scientific about it, I think, like because it's like cultural synthesis of things. They're like, hey, we're going to work together to make things better than they were. Antarctica remains reclusive. In contrast to the festivities, leadership in Antarctica remains a somber stance. The anniversary serves as only a reminder of the forced exile. Security around the perimeter of the icy continent has been tightened as the Council expresses renewed distrust towards human-led nations. They remain largely isolationist. Yeah, we know this already. I already made that. While monitoring global satellite transmissions. The Global Watch. The United Nations and major world powers like the US and China have increased surveillance on both. Following the high-profile anniversary, intelligence agencies expressed concerns that the symbolic milestone might embolden radical elements within the anthro communities. Naval patrols in the Northeast Pacific and the Southern Ocean have reported increased frequency, signaling that the human world is not yet ready to accept them. Alright, diplomatic overture. What is that? Alright, here we go. An encrypted transmission is received by the Cascadian government from the icy waste to the south. Ice? Oh, I was like, Mexico? No. The leaders of Antarctica, wary of the increased human naval presence, are seeking a private consultation with their northern cousins. They fear the 50th anniversary celebrations have inadvertently painted a target on their backs. Cascadia now stands at a crossroads to remain a silent bridge between worlds or actively defend the sovereignty. You defend it. One thing I will put down is has, like, because I didn't put down before what we have. I'm going to say we have military might, like, we're not just nothing. Okay, here's the chat. Antarctica, cousins of the north, the human watchmen are closing in on our waters. We see ships on the horizon. Alright, mutual defense. Alright, let's take a look. Of course. As I said, if you guys have anything to add, anything to like even in these chats, if you want to say anything about them, or to them, I guess, or to any other country, I will do it. Like, if you just want to say, hey, fuck you, I'm going to shit on your lawn to the US, go right ahead. I'll do what you guys want just to see what happens. But besides that, I'm just gonna play as if I was running these nations. Well, running Cascadia and then Antarctica. Not running it yet. Like, I could switch to them, but we'll see. Of course, you have the might of our naval or navy and airmen at your on standby, watching and making sure we shall not be eliminated. All right. I'm guessing we're going to be more aggressive than what I was yesterday or day before when I just basically did a pacifist run. I'm willing to fight and see what happens. We appreciate the commitment of your forces. Shadow of the U.S. 7th Fleet. Oh, what? Okay. On how your patrols will interface with our perimeter to avoid any tragic misunderstandings. If the humans persist in their provocations, we must be ready to transition from mere surveillance to a unified front. Because I have no idea, like, I don't know how to run an army or whatever. The second you need them, you have them under your full control. They will follow your lead. Even the humans that serve in our military. They know our cause and our fight. Just please don't leave us defenseless as well. Oh, we did the British spelling. Curse you, RuneScape. Please don't leave us defenseless as well. If we need help, we do have the crazy US on our borders. That was my favorite thing about what I did the other day too, is like I basically became allies with everyone except the US. The US became angrier and angrier at me, and I just like became allies with Mexico, Canada, Russia, like, and they just kept getting angrier and angrier, and everyone just kept going, and they basically embargoed the US, and it was just really, like, it was kind of cathartic, honestly. Your willingness to cede command of your units to our perimeter defense is a vital gesture that we will not forget. We assure you that Antarctica will never abandon Cascadia to the American threat, as our survival is intrinsically linked to your own northern bastion. Our council will now begin integrating your naval protocols into our southern defense grid to ensure we stand as a single impenetrable wall against the human encroachment. Alright. Let's see. Let me see what the thing said before it was a... Beacon of cultural synthesis. Okay. Nope. I don't want to do from 2 weeks ago. I want to do right now. Is this the right one? This is the right one. Okay. With the culture of the beacon. Wow, I forgot what it was called. The beacon of cultural synthesis between the two species living together. What is it called? The Con Valley became even more than it would be in a non-alternate history. Wow, I cannot spell. Holy shit. What the fuck, brain? That, oh my god, this is awful. This is horrible. Why did my brain just not? Like, it could not do it. Oh, and I'm a writer. Oh my god. Fuck off. Let me ban this dude. Ban. Oh. There you go. Stupid bot. Alright, okay. Silicon Valley would become even more than it would be in a non-alternate history. It is the main reason that most countries continue their trade with Cascadia, and the reason why they don't go to war ever with them, even though there's major cultural differences. It is also the reason why no one has attacked Antarctica, as they are the biggest allies with them. But they're always waiting and watching for... But a few countries are always waiting and watching for their chance. Okay. Let's see. There was one thing I wanted to do, and now I don't remember. What was it? Oh yeah. I wanted to... Since it was a new year, a new leader had come to power. A lioness! The first female in charge of Cascadia. Oh, okay. Thank you, computer. In charge of Cascadia. And she's a bit of a hot head and fierce, like a lion would be. A penguin is in charge of anthro. Now this is just bad. Oh my god, okay, there you go. As it's cold there. I don't know what it's gonna do with any of that. Let's see. Historical shift for the Pacific Power. A fierce lioness has been inaugurated as the newest leader of Cascadia, known for their fiery rhetoric and uncompromising stance on sovereignty. Her arrival shifts. Can't talk. Her arrival signals a shift towards a more assertive foreign policy. Does it? While her background in the Cascadian tech defense sector suggests a... Okay, she, I guess, is in tech too. Okay. Suggests a continued focus on economic dominance. Her hot-headed reputation has neighboring human nations, particularly the USA, always the USA, monitoring the border with renewed scrutiny. The penguin of the South, deep within the frozen fortress of Antarctica. A new administrator, a penguin, has taken formal control of the Anthro-Arctican Council. Emphasizing the isolationist needs of his people, the new leader has immediately moved to harden the perimeter. It's a big perimeter, dude. Following recent talks with Cascadia, he has ordered the integration of Cascadian naval data into the southern automated defense grid, viewing the ice as their ultimate shield against the encroaching human fleets. The ice does not forgive, and neither shall we if the horizon continues to fill with iron ships. His name is Pinguis. What a bad name. She hasn't gotten a name, but his name is Pinguis. Silicon Valley's strategic shield. Despite rising tensions, global trade remains tethered to the Cascadian tech corridor. Silicon Valley, now even more advanced due to the anthro innovation, continues to produce the world's essential semiconductors and AI frameworks. The economic stranglehold serves as a strategic shield. I mean, it is more advanced. We're in 2016 and they're doing AI frameworks apparently. Nations like China and France realize any kinetic action against Cascadia would result in a global technological collapse, effectively buying the lioness leader time to solidify her new regime. Of course. The United States State Department issued a formal protest following reports of Cascadian naval assets coordinating directly with the Anthro-Arctican Defense Forces. Citing freedom of navigation, the U.S. claims that the Southern Ocean is being illegally militarized. They just love being like, you need to listen to us instead. In response, Cascadian officials in Seattle doubled down, asserting the safety of the changed people is a non-negotiable priority regardless of human maritime law or historical precedent. The lioness's speech. During a televised address from Portland, the Cascadian leader delivered a stinging rebuke to human observers. She emphasized that Cascadia's prosperity is not a threat, but a right, and that the alliance with Antarctica is ironclad. The fierce lioness warned that any provocation against their southern cousins would be viewed as an attack on them themselves, effectively extending a nuclear and economic umbrella over the entire Antarctic continent. Okay, here we go. Why are they having me start it? I didn't start anything. Literally didn't start it. Citing the long shadow of the U.S. Navy, Cascadia has begun a partial mobilization of its domestic forces. Battalions of combined human and anthro troops are being stationed along the Baja California and Washington borders. This move is intended as a peace through strength demonstration, though critics within the United Nations warn that such a show of force may provoke the conflict it seems to avoid. Okay, San Francisco. Is a global community watches with bated breath. The United States has requested a summit in San Francisco. The Americans are concerned that the transfer has created a command and control vacuum. No. Oh, we should flip a coin. Let's see. That's not the right button. There we go. Flip a coin. Heads, we go isolationist. Tails, we go... We try to de-escalate. Okay, we try to de-escalate. Okay, let's see. Your recent military maneuvers in coordination with the Antarctic exiles have reached We are only working as allies with our ally. This is not a wartime practice. This is a proactive show for the new leadership to make sure both of us can work together if need be, just as you do with your allies in military games. Oh my god, of course. If you believe that to be necessary, we will let you. You can't, oh, sorry. Wait, you can't see the screen. What screen? Which thing can't you see? Blank? That's very weird if it's blank. Why is it blank? It is showing on my OBS perfectly fine. Huh. That is very weird. Well, thank you for letting me know. I do not know why it's doing that. Let me see something. Test one. Yeah, why would it just be showing black? Does it show when I do this? Does not look like it. Well, that is funky. It's not showing anything. I am very confused now. I'm getting a weird error even when I go on to Twitch from my computer. Oh, kinda back? No. Okay. Like, it's showing on my formal pro. What the heck? It's showing on the VOD part. If I go to the VOD, it shows everything fully. Yet it's not showing on the screen. Like on the... I'm gonna restart the stream really quick. And we'll see what happens. Weird. Thank you for letting me know. Bam. Bam. I see myself now. I see myself now. I see myself now. I see myself now. I see myself. What in the world? What in the world? What in the world? Okay, I think it's working fine. Like, the VOD worked though, so that's fine. That sucks, but hey, that's what this is for, is to get the things working. Yeah, let's go back to here. Hopefully you see everything still. How does it look? Does it actually look like things? I do see myself. There we go. Thank you very much. I don't know if you're still here. I appreciate the help. It's annoying though. Okay. Well. Let's try this again, huh? Maybe that's why no one was here and talking. Though I was talking a lot, so someone would at least said something. Anyway. Thank you, random chatter. Comparing standing, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. If you believe that to be necessary, we will let you... do so without any resistance. It is a goodwill gesture to you. Appreciate your willingness to avoid resisting our border security, blah, blah, blah. However, a goodwill gesture doesn't blah, 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 blah. You guys need to shut the fuck up. You must open chat with anthro-based themselves to ask them that we don't mind, but we are allies. Yay! Like I said, I don't know if you were here before. Thank you very much. For some reason, it wasn't working through the stream. Like when I pulled it up, it was just saying download failed. I don't understand that. But the VOD was working. So like if you check the VOD, everything is all good. I don't get it. But yeah, now it should be all good and working now. Thank you very much for telling me. It got just moved, so everything is newly set up. I'm probably going to reset OBS and change a bunch of things anyway, but just having that little bit working for a bit is good, so thank you. But we are allies. The chickens only are allies with us, not you. We too are allies. The anthro. So they would need convincing. Use the UN. I don't want to deal with it. I really hate dealing with USA. UN. They at least have a presence there. As I said, that is fine. Yeah, they just want to fight. Whoops. Okay. So, let's see. So I can basically do anything you guys want me to do as well. Like if you want me to just say shoot the US representative in the at the summit or whatever, I could do that and start a war right away. If you want me just to kick dirt at them, see if that starts a war, because it just seems like they want to do a war. Yeah, anything basically. I'm up for whatever actions. I know they do. They yesterday's game just showed me, because it was in their territory. Like, let me see if I can pull up yet in my game from yesterday when I was testing. Yeah, it was this one. Basically, I embarrassed them by being pacifist constantly, though I had higher technology or whatever, that they eventually just gave up and started giving me their land without even asking. They were just like, no, there's no one here anymore. And I'm like, I don't want your land, go away. And then I gave the land to other people. But US, I guess in this is always like, if you're near them, on the border of them, they'll just fight you. It's kind of crazy. At least from my experience. Let's see. What action? Let's do something silly. Wine country. Wine country has created a new wine, one that will One that will, what should it do? Tree in California. Let's create a new wine. One that will... without proper intake, cause hallucinations, but with proper intake, it's a good party vibe. Sadly, the people in the summit from other countries take it home without realizing this issue. Okay, we're gonna go crazy with it and they're gonna start hallucinating. Let's see if they hallucinate us fighting them and starting a war. What else? Vegas has begun bets on odds over the humans or the anthros starting a war. It's just a game to Nevada. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do a Canada has tried to open good faith negotiations with Cascadia. Yes, there is a penguin in charge. Let's see, let me finish. I don't want to lose these. His name is like I just said, I told them that there was a lion in charge of Cascadia, and I was like, and I gave like, she's fierce, she's whatever, and I was just like, polar bear, and then I was like, no, I said penguin, cause it's cold, and so it just started coming up with ideas for it, and his name is now like Pengui or something that the game came up with. I don't know. They didn't come up with a name for the lion though, or the lioness. But they came up with it. Sure came up with a name for the penguin. Canada has tried to open good faith negotiations with Cascadia, hoping to keep friendship with them even through the wonky U.S. ties. So I didn't say they do because it's not my country. I'm just saying they have tried. Please don't hate me for this name. It's Anthro-based because it's the... Yeah, it's such a bad name, but I love it. Anthro-based down here. Has... What should they do? You want to tell me what you think the penguin should do? Oh, has tried, since I don't run that either. Who? What should they do? They are basically isolationists. They were exiled, just like people in the Cascadia region, but Cascadia region intertwined with the humans still there, so they're in a different kind of state than them down here. Lots of fish. Okay, so has tried to give a goodwill gesture to the U.S. after speaking to the Cascadians, but because of their exile, their goodwill gesture is a ton of fish. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see what happens. I don't. Maybe later. The Vineyard Haze. Delegates returning from the San Francisco summit have inadvertently spread a psychoactive vintage across the world capitals. Within days, high-ranking officials in DC and Beijing reported vivid sensory distortions, leading to a brief but intense diplomatic blackout. That's what they call it, diplomatic blackout. While Cascadian winemakers claim the brew was a party vibe intending for celebration, foreign intelligence services suspect a clandestine biological test. Security has tightened as the U.S. demands. Of course, the U.S. demands everything. An immediate chemical analysis. The wine was sweet, but the world turned into a kaleidoscope of colors that didn't exist before. I was hoping they would, like, hallucinate anthros coming after them, not just distortions. Nevada's war odds. Bright lights of Las Vegas have found a new way to profit from the global tensions. High-stakes betting lines on the species conflict. Odds currently favor a human-led naval blockade, while the Cascadian government remains silent on it. The public spectacle has turned into a real possibility of existential war. Canadian back channel. In a break from the hardline stance, Canada, wow, has reached out to Seattle. Why to Seattle? Why not Vancouver? Apparently Seattle's like always the center of Cascadia, because yesterday it was doing the same thing. It's like somehow it's like hard written into the idea. Ottawa is seeking a middle way that respects Cascadian sovereignty while keeping the north trade routes open. The Lioness leader with a crucial strategic alternative to total isolation, potentially driving a wedge. Yeah, okay. The Great Fish Delivery. Here we go. In a bizarre attempt at goodwill gesture, an automated Anthrotican freighter arrived on the port, laden with tons of flash-frozen Antarctic krill and toothfish. U.S. health officials still reeling from the hallucinogenic wine incident. Whoops. Fearing the fish are a Trojan horse. Yeah, okay. As the U.S. reinforces its southern border in California. Where? They don't own California. Cascadia moved to secure its interior supply lines. Yeah. Lioness's leader defensive posture is hardening, reflective her commitment to protect the changed. I like the name is just the Lioness leader. They did not give her a name at all. The defensive posture is hardening. Yep, okay. A joint security zone at the Vancouver-Seattle border. What are you talking about? I own that. Oh, whatever, man. Sometimes it gets really weird. Ensure that human anthro trade continues regardless of the rising tensions between the Lioness and the White House. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Significantly increased its patrol frequency near the Cascadian waters. Lioness has authorized the use of electronic countermeasures to jam US sonar. Why? Why did I start that? That's funny. the Seattle Summit invitation. A new summit again. Let's give them more wine. This time in Seattle, the goal to bring the Cascadian Lioness and the U.S. representatives back to the table before the Vegas odds for war become a reality. Alright. Let's see. We posted both here. We posted in San Francisco. We will be fine posting here as well. Please join us for it. Our goal is to remain blah blah blah. Pacific trade routes remain open. Yep. The US just wants to fight. The summit starts. The fish gesture has started going bad. So the LA people have begun making tons of fish food. The anthro cats love it. I don't know. Let's see what else. Mexico is invited to join the summit. Same with China and Russia. Let's get everyone in here. And Antarctica has a rep there too. The first polar bear to visit the northern lands. I am running out of ideas because US just wants to fight and I don't really want to fight because I'm horrible at military actions. Delegates from Mexico, China, and Russia arrive. The expanded summit, greeted by security, this inclusion of major human powers have unnerved the U.S. State Department. Of course they do. U.S. is just unhappy with everyone constantly. It's just how they are, apparently. Cascadian Lioness, however, remains resolute, positioning the summit as a global referendum. The fish feast. Yeah, here we go. Surprising turn of events. Millions of tons of Antarctic fish processed into a specialized fish food. The product has become an overnight sensation. You did it. You made an overnight sensation. Particularly among the feline population. The accidental commercial success has significantly lowered tensions among the local human and anthro populace. The shared economic prosperity and snack diplomacy. Hell yeah, snack diplomacy. The atmosphere in Seattle shifts dramatically as a massive polar bear makes his first public appearance. This is the first time, he stepped into the northern soil. His presence is both intimidating and awe-inspiring, serving as a visceral reminder of the stakes involved. The U.S. delegation has expressed extreme discomfort. everyone else is all chill, and the U.S. is just like, ah! Like, China, Russia, Mexico, Canada is just like, cool, polar bear, that's all cool. And U.S. is like, I'm scared. Oh, they gave him a name too. His name is Ursus. During the closed-door session, the Chinese and Russian delegates have expressed support for Cascadian neutrality in the Pacific by backing the lioness. They like me. They hope to weaken the U.S. naval. Oh my god, I can't pronounce that word right now. It's too late. Hegemony. I know the word. I've spoken it before, but it's not right now. While the U.S. claims this is an attempt to encircle the Americans, the Cascadian government leverages this support to demand a full withdrawal of the U.S. I mean, they don't have any borders on that land except for, I guess they have that still in Hawaii. Alaska, that's the name. Jesus, brain. Mexico's representative taking unexpected lead in mediation, proposing a species coexistence treaty. Mexico is cool. This treaty will formalize the rights of the changed across all of North America, effectively export the Cascadian social model. Yeah, we're cool. While the lioness supports a move, the U.S. is just speciesist. Alright, there's a stalemate. Despite the festive atmosphere in the streets and the success of the fish food trade, the summit has reached a critical impasse. The U.S. refuses to recognize, of course, while the polar bear representative threatens to sever all data links. The lioness stands at the crossroads. She must now decide whether to threaten a total tech embargo. Alright. What should I do? I'm thinking the total tech embargo. Let's take them at their game, but what do you think? They have a little icon before the bear. How? That's silly. Oh my god. Alright. Why are you acting so speciesist? The bear is just another representative, just like our lioness leader is a lioness. You can't come to our nation and act like such a fool. I'm going to. Should I let the U.S. speak? Sure. I like how Canada and Mexico is interested in something. What are you talking about? Automated killing machines. What is the U.S. talking about? They're crazy. Alright, we're going to go with starting a new chat. We're going to go with and I can't even. There it is. Canada, Mexico, Russia, and China. So we're chatting with them. Alright. Why am I so shocked? Anyway. They... Oh. No! Gosh dang it. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? Please. There we go. No, there we go. The U.S. has lost its way. They are threatening us over our own species. They're threatening us over being ourselves and our species. This is insane. I would Mexico's idea to follow the cross. What do they call it? Oh goodness. Let me just copy that. No. How do I go and look? What is it called? Species coexistence tree. What? Oh, that was yesterday's chats. Today. Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Nope. I don't want to go yet. There we go. We support the Mexico's treaty. How about you all? Even if it causes friction with the US, we mustn't allow, mustn't, there you go, allow the US to threaten our existence. Alright, let's see what they say. Mexico first. Mexico remains fully committed, okay. While the United States continues to lean on outdated maritime threats and aggressive naval posturing, wow. Hi Tamber, how you doing? I'm dealing with the United States hating furries, basically. Everyone else is cool, but the United States hates us. Mexico likes us, Canada likes us, Russia likes us, China likes us. The US wants to kill us. While the United States continues to lean on outdated maritime threats and aggressive naval posturing, my government is focused on the shared prosperity that snack diplomacy. Snack diplomacy is real. We're going to continue snack diplomacy. We will not be intimidated by the White House's refusal to adapt to this new reality. Okay. Oh yeah, no, it's basically Antarctica, which is run by like polar bears and penguins in charge and all that, but they're isolationists because they were exiled, but they were giving us, well, they were giving the US fish as a gesture of goodwill because they haven't dealt with humans in a while, and the US did not accept it, and so they it started rotting, and so because it was just sitting in the docks at like Los Angeles, I was just like, we're going to use it for food, and then it became snack diplomacy. So I don't know how it happened, but we do snack diplomacy now. Cascadia asks the other countries to sign the treaty, fortifying their positioning and weakening the and with China and Russia's help weakening the US's naval presence in the Pacific. Next, diplomacy is real. Let's try to keep that going. Antarctica. Antarctica sends other foods to create more goodwill gestures. Silicon Valley begins the embargo against the US due to their utter disgusting speciesist ways. There we go. Let's see what happens. We're gonna probably start a war. Okay, Silicon Valley's Great Wall. Cascadian tech giants execute an unprecedented digital embargo against the United States. Across the border, American infrastructure begins to flicker as Cascadian cloud services and semiconductor updates are severed. This move is a direct response to the speciesist rhetoric in Seattle. The Lioness leader has signaled that the U.S. economy will remain a stranglehold until the naval blockade is rescinded. Alright, the Treaty of Seattle is signed. Canada didn't sign it? What the heck? Canada's the one that, offered it, but whatever. Well, Canada's the one that started the summit, and Mexico's the one that offered it. And only Mexico, China, and Russia signed. Alright. The alliance recognizes the full sovereignty of Cascadia and Antarctica, providing a diplomatic shield against American pressure. The signing ceremony featured a joint military pledge, signaling that any U.S. aggression will be met with a coalition response. Wait, so Canada must have signed it because they're isolated in its own hemisphere. It just doesn't say it. Okay. Facing combined naval pressure of China and Russia, the U.S. fleet is forced to pull back from the southern ocean perimeter. The Antarctic... I created this word and I can't even say it. The Antarctican automated grid now monitors a clean horizon for the first time in months. This retreat is hailed as a massive victory for the Penguin Administrator, who has hailed the Lioness for her steadfast support. The Southern Ocean is now effectively an exclusive anthro-based. What? Why? What happened to China and Russia and all the others? They're just like, nah, we're good. Antarctica expands its goodwill program, sending massive shipments of algae nutrients to Mexico and Cascadia. They become a cultural phenomenon. In the markets of Mexico City, penguin cakes are sold as a symbol of defiance against U.S. policy. Penguin cakes. Yeah. The nutritional diplomacy is successfully bypassing the U.S. controlled supply lines. Oh my god. Washington's desperation. Okay. Internal chaos grips the United States as tech embargo causes a recession in the Northeast. With the Mexican siding with the Lioness, the White House has issued a final ultimatum. Of course they did. Oh, preparing for a kinetic solution to the Cascadian problem. Oh my god, they're so racist. Sorry, speciesist. Linus has responded by moving the first vanguard to the front lines, ready to defend the synthesis of their species. Jesus Christ. If they want our chips and our fish, they must first acknowledge our hearts. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Alright. Well, then. Alright. Start a new chat with our allies. Russia. China. I would use the same chat as before, but Canada's apparently not our ally. They're a backdoor ally. And Antarctica. The US seems to be preparing a war against us. They are sitting watching our borders. If needed, do you have our backs? Alright. We have deployed naval assets, China did, to ensure the freedom of navigation, and we will not permit the US to use military force to solve an economic crisis of its own making. Okay. We appreciate your support. Please know we will not forget your help in the future. Let Russia speak. They will not stand by either. Russia will not stand by either, Derpy. Hi, Derpy. US hates furries and they're trying to kill us all, and Mexico, Russia, and China signed an agreement to help, and the US is about to attack, and America is either going to kill us or they're doomed. They will find that Cascadia is no longer isolated, and our response will be as decisive as necessary. Alright. Cascadian military matches movements of the US ones just on our own border side, just in case they go haywire and try anything. Nevada's betting odds are getting intense. The leader of one of the US US's military thingies, what is it? A battalion. One of the US's battalions. Oh my god, that's not how you spell it. There's lions in the word. Finds a bottle of the hallucinogenic. That's not how you spell that. Wines and drink it without knowing. Something may come of that. He may hallucinate something and cause issues if it's too bad. We're gonna start something. He's gonna hallucinate probably an attack and then attack us. But this hallucinogenic wine was made a long time ago and early on in the stream. Um. Okay, let's see. Silicon Valley. You guys can also just tell me anything you want me to do. If you want me to say that there's a cook in the kitchen cooking chocolate or something, I will put that down and see what the game does with it. You know, I am totally up for anything. I'm totally up to chat with any of the countries. I can go tell the US I will poop on your lawn. Like literally, I will taunt someone. I will say, please don't do this, and say with the W, please don't do it. Like whatever you guys want, just feel free to tell me, and I will put it in. I'll give like 2 minutes for you guys to write it out. If nothing comes, then I will just send it. Maybe 1 minute. Trying to think anything else on my end. At Lake Tahoe on the Cascadian side, what creature is stupid? Me, possum, are shooting fireworks over the water, which is making people on the US border side freak out, thinking gunfire has started. Oh, Twitch doesn't want to work. Well, like I said, you can make me say whatever you want. If you want me to chat and say, please don't do this to the US, or chat and say, I will go and kick your trees or poop on your lawn or whatever, just to taunt them, I will do that. If you want me to put in any action, like a grandma cooks a meal in a thing, the sheep take over Reno. They're not, the sheep, the Reno is on the United States side. I don't own them. I can say, okay, here, I will say they're a group of sheep and Cascadians sneak their way past the border and into Reno. Citizens are confused and wonder if it's an invasion. They don't fight back. They're scared of... Give me 1 second. I need to take a call real quick. Sorry about that. I had to take a call. Anyway. Okay, they don't fight back. They're scared of Cascadia. And the sheep take it the sheep take advantage of that. Of that. One such named Derpy calls themselves the Queen of Reno. No, the military is preoccupied and doesn't know what's going on there. Military and Washington. And Washington is preoccupied and doesn't know what's going on there. So they remain in charge of Reno during all this. There we go. Anything else? Anything else that I should do? We're gonna go nuts on this shit. Especially since I only maybe want to go about another 30 minutes. It's coming to a head, so let's go stupid. That doesn't make sense. It's part of my land. Why would I explode part of Oregon? There's Cascadia. And then we also have Antarctica. But why would I blow up Idaho? I'm not at war yet. If I get to war, then that's the first place I'll attack. How about that? Yeah, no, yeah. The U.S. is just aggressive. They're going to attack me. Especially since you just snuck over the border. And also I shot off fireworks. Alright, next major event. Let's see what happens. Maybe later. The Lake Tahoe incident. High tension. That's not Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe's down here, guys. Right there. High tension border patrols at Lake Tahoe spiraled into panic when a group of celebratory possum anthros launched fireworks from the Cascadian shoreline. American National Guard units, already on the edge, mistook the bright flashes and loud bangs for incoming artillery fire. Small arms fire was exchanged across the water for 10 minutes before commanders regained control. Torino coup. There you go. There's the sheep guard. While the U.S. federal government focused on the border, a group of sheep anthros successfully occupied downtown Reno, led by an individual known only as Derpy. They seized the city hall and local broadcasting stations. Finding the U.S. military preoccupied with Cascadian troop movements, the locals offered little resistance. Derpy was declared the Queen of Reno by her followers, effectively establishing a rogue municipality within Nevada. Hallucinations in high command. Chaos erupted at a forward operating base when a high-ranking battalion commander consumed a confiscated bottle of Cascadian psych wine. The officer began issuing nonsensical and contradictory orders, claiming trees were whispering Cascadian secrets. The resulting confusion delayed the planned U.S. offensive by 48 critical hours. I was thinking they were just going to, like, basically fight me. They have shifted aggressive defensive postures. Yeah, I don't care. Mirrored every American battalion movement with precision, using Silicon Valley surveillance drones. The border is now the most militarized zone on the planet. Of course they are. That's not Vegas. Why is it going up here? The Reno Sheep Rebellion has become a favorite underdog bet, with odds shortening significantly on as Derpy's hold on the city persists. Okay, as a 24-hour deadline set by Washington passed without lifting the tech embargo, the U.S. Northern Command moved to a higher state of readiness. However, the presence of Chinese and Russian naval assets has created a stalemate. The world watches for the first sign, okay. Brink of battle. Standoff has reached a fever pitch. In Reno, Queen Derby has begun taxing local businesses in wool credits. While the U.S. military, you're just becoming a thing. Cascadia has fortified his positions. All right. No, the military should. I mean, the U.S. should not know about the occupying Reno. Oh well, they now know. We do not know of any occupation. If they are occupying something, it is of their own accord and their own country. Yeah, we disavow them. But if you attack any anthro, it will still be against the tree and start this fight. Derpy gains control of the Nevada military. You're getting your own land now. Vegas favors Derpy as its silly betting is going to get them rich. Cascadia readies on as things look bleak. Alright. Derpy, you're gonna cause World War III. As you always knew. In a shocking turn of events, local U.S. National Guard units stationed near Reno have officially defected to Queen Derpy's calls. Disillusioned by... Oh my god. No. World War III. Well, wouldn't it be the first World War? Can you say that 3 times fast? World War? Disillusioned by Washington's perceived weakness and lured by the massive betting winnings flowing through Las Vegas, the soldiers pledged loyalty to the sheep leader. This effectively hands control of the federal hardware to the Reno Sheep Rebellion, turning a quirky occupation into a legitimate military threat within Nevada's borders. Oh my god. Oh, you share your snacks apparently. Las Vegas. Oh, Nevada became part of Cascadia apparently. You just helped take over. Like, I thought you were just gonna get your own land, but... Las Vegas has officially declared its support for the Cascadian Anthro Alliance, the city's powerful casino magnates. Sorry, I said that wrong. Realizing that a Cascadian victory would solidify Nevada as a tax haven trade hub, they begin funding Derpy's administration. The Vegas Strip is now illuminated with green and blue lights, signaling a total economic break. Oh my god. With the U.S. military in Nevada paralyzed by Reno, Cascadia moved to secure its southern and eastern flanks. Cascadian engineers have begun... we send support to your humanitarian... We give you a support apparently. Okay, they're in Silicon Shield. All right. Faced with the loss of Nevada and the defection of its troops, the U.S. government has declared a state of total insurrection. Been ordered to march towards the Cascadian border. Logistics are a nightmare as Cascadia's tech embargo causes failure in GPS. That's funny. Anthro-based automated support. The Iceberg class of drones. They've deployed them. The stealth submersibles have arrived at the Northeast Pacific Ocean, providing a secondary layer of protection. But what about on land? The stand at Sierra Nevada. World holds its breath. This is the final crossroads. Alright. Proceed with the new Nevada Derpy Nevada territory. And well, Las Vegas basically came over too because they're like the betting odds. So it's basically all the people in Nevada, Reno and Vegas. They're just like, yep. So, you know. With the new Derpy Nevada territory and military, Cascadia has an upper hand. The U.S. military secrets are beginning to unfold from the traitors. Cascadia asks for ground and plane troops to protect its border from its allies, like its borders. Yeah, what do you think? Area 51. Ooh. Cascadia decides to quickly look through the secrets of Area 51 for any helpful military might or alien supplies. Anything else? I'm surprised they haven't just started fighting. Like, I thought taking... Alright. Well, Bubblegum isn't the one in charge. There's a lioness in charge. But the fireworks possums come back for more fun. This time in the Black Rock Desert, throwing this timeline's first Burning Man. There you go. The hallucinating wine's newest batch is a lot stronger, creating hallucinations of people doing things. Okay, 1 second, Derby. We can change it. Creating this timeline's first Burning Man, titled Burning Wool, in honor of the sheep in charge of Nevada. Oh, in charge of Derby, Nevada. All right. We're gonna send it. All right, the Black Rock Burning Wool Festival. In the surreal display of defiance, the Black Rock Desert became the site of the Burning Wool. Black Rock Desert became the site of a Burning Wool Festival. While U.S. satellites struggled with signal jamming, thousands of possum and sheep anthros launched fireworks and burned a giant effigy of a corporate executive. Celebrations served as a massive distraction, masking the movement of Cascadian logistics through the desert to the Nevada front line. They think we are sheep for the slaughter, but we are the ones holding the matches. That's what Queen Derpy said. Okay. As Cascadia requested military aid, Chinese and Russian advisors arrived at Vancouver and San Francisco airports. The U.S. 5th Armored Division, attempting to push into Reno, found their GPS systems displaying maps of the moon due to the stronger batch of hallucinogenic wine being snuck into their water supplies. Soldiers reported seeing phantom battalions of anthros charging through the sagebrush. He is inside the minds of our men. Secrets of Area 51 unlocked. Here we go. Cascadian Special Forces, guided by intelligence from Nevada defectors, successfully breached the perimeter of Area 51. Oh, no aliens were found! They found experimental directed energy weapons. Ooh. And advanced stealth coatings. This all included blueprints for a high-altitude drone realized that can bypass current jamming, granting Cascadia total tactical oversight. Alright. With the arrival of Allied troops and Silicon Shield enhancements, they were forced to halt. Turning the high desert into an impenetrable fortress. Wow. I can't talk. It remains shadowed by the Antarctic drone swarm. Alright. I think we're winning this already. The U.S. has massed its remaining loyalist divisions along the... Why? There shouldn't be none here. We have the technology, the allies, and the secrets. Your move, Washington. Alright. We are prepared to discuss a special autonomous zone for Nevada and Cascadia, provided the tech embargo is... What do you mean by a special autonomous zone? That means giving us the Nevada territory and just pulling out. No, it's not your umbrella, dude. Excuse me? We're our own country. Politely fuck off. Politely fuck off. What is it? Okay, what are they? I want to hear what their response is, honestly. Yeah, no. We ready for war. A grandma bakes a cookie, creating the first grandma's cookies in this timeline. I don't know. A bird flies past the US's radar and tries to find secrets. Okay. I'm just waiting for some kind of war to start instead of they just twiddling their thumbs. The first batch of Grandma's cookies. A simple grandma in Seattle baked the first batch of Grandma's cookies. The scent of vanilla and sugar wafted through the streets. The cookies quickly became a symbol of the Cascadian home front. Oh my god. Operation Blue Jay, a high-altitude reconnaissance bird equipped with biomechanical sensors, successfully breached. Oh, it's not a real bird, it's a bird. Okay. The avian drone successfully retrieved fragmented nuclear launch codes. That's good. The first Cascadian Vanguard, utilizing the prototypes recovered from Area 51, launched a preemptive strike to widen the Nevada corridor. Using the direct energy weapons, they disabled the engines. The U.S. forces, already suffering from the hallucinogenic water, retreated towards Salt Lake City. Oh, we just took Idaho. I don't know how. There's probably like 5 people there, that's probably why. Recognizing the U.S. forces on the Nevada front, forces launched an offensive into the Idaho Panhandle. Yeah, I can't bomb it now. Cascadian forces seized key dams. The move effectively cuts off power to several military bases in the Midwest. Standing before a crowd of thousands in San Francisco, the Lioness formally rejected the American protectorate offer. She declared that the time for hiding in the shadows of human law had ended. Her speech was broadcast via Antarctic drone relays to every screen in North America that still had power, calling for a continent of equals. Alright. Colorado River standstill. Wait, they attempted to blow up the Hoover Dam. Wouldn't that cause them issues? Like, wouldn't it cause just the U.S. issues in general? They crazy. They crazy. But the explosive failed to detonate due to cyber sabotage. Russian yeah, whatever. Advisors moved into Las Vegas to provide heavy anti-air support. Southwest Theater had turned into a stalemate. They dug into the Grand Canyon. The ultimatum of fire. A final desperate act to break Silicon Shield. The US president has authorized the deployment of chemical weapons. Wow, they're just going for it. The Penguin Administrator. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Alright, we're gonna the movement of chemical weaponry is a clear violation of the treaty. We start our defensive by being offensive, using our Area 51 might, our Silicon Valley might, and our mighty allies. We begin our entry into the U.S. Every civilian in California and Oregon begin smoking blunts to counteract any potential issues with the chemicals as they found. It successfully destroys the bad chemical attack. From the air. Since Cuba is Russia's ally and we're Russia's ally, we try to use Cuba as an attack vector on the southern US. Okay. Anything else? If there's things I know like I can't do, I just say we try and see if it lets me do it. It's eventually going to go to nukes. 100%. The thing the trial game I did 2 days ago, the US shot nukes at me at the very end, and then because my science was centuries ahead, it just disintegrated it, and then they embarrassed them into just giving up, and they started giving me land randomly. It was really funny. But yeah, they will shoot nukes eventually. Alright, I'll give you like 30 seconds. This is very dramatic. Try hacking into... Okay. Our Silicon Valley... Oh, wow. Silicon, yes, that's what I wanted to say. Engineers find ways... have ideas to try to hack into the US radio systems and navigational systems, telling them that's bad. Don't do what you're doing. Nini. Next major event. The Blunt Protocol. Derpy, I'm blaming you for this. In a display of cultural unity and surreal battlefield tactics, the citizens of California and Oregon initiated a massive civilian response to the threat of chemical gas. Thousands gathered along the border, igniting cannabis blunts and industrial-seized smudge pots to create a thick psychoactive smog. Cascadian scientists claim the specific resinous smoke would help neutralize the chemical agents. The resulting green cloud successfully obscured visibility for U.S. pilots, complicating their delivery runs. The Gulf of Mexico maneuver. Ooh. Hey, they actually are letting us. Leveraging their alliance with Russia, Cascadian naval advisors arrived in Havana to coordinate a daring southern front. Utilizing Cuban ports, several Russian-flagged vessels began deploying electronic warfare suites aimed at the Gulf course. This strategy forced the U.S. to divert several divisions from the Pacific Northwest to the Southern Command, fearing a seaborne invasion of Florida and Texas. The distraction worked perfectly to thin the American line in Utah. In Utah? Oh, because they're afraid of Florida and Texas. Okay, that's why. Alright. Oh! Well. We just grabbed Utah. Utilizing the Area 51 technology, the 1st Cascadian Vanguard launched a divisive offensive into Utah. effectively severing the primary rail and road links between the American Midwest and the remaining West Coast loyalists in Washington. Successfully breached the U.S. Okay, we did it. It's psychological warfare. The broadcast repeatedly told U.S. soldiers, "Nuh-uh, that's bad. Don't do what you're doing, meanies." Interspersed with white noise and high-pitched frequencies that triggered intense headaches. Alright. The U.S. government declared a final stand at Colorado River. However, internal reports show that the blunt protocol smoke have drifted as far east as Denver. The lioness of Cascadia has moved her command center to Las Vegas, overseeing the transformation of its former U.S. state into a sovereign anthro-bastion. Yeah. It's a crumbling relic of a species that refused to share the world. Yeah, okay. Whatever, I don't care. Just get them the hell out of my land. I don't know why there was army here, but sure. We allow the leftover soldiers retreat. I don't know why there is even there. That's some funkiness. Cuba action. The Cuban front attack begins its attack. Not on Texas or Florida. Instead, they use the positioning to get close to where should we land? How about North Carolina to DC by attacking North Carolina. They are thinking that they are distracted by the western border, and Texas and Florida fears that it may be deserted. Alright. Queen Derpy and the Lioness meet. Queen Derpy and the Lioness leader meet, asking. Derpy asks for Reno to be a sovereign nation all on its own. That is allied with Cascadia, of course. And wants to establish the wool trade and Black Rock. Called Derpy Land. Probably will backfire. You probably will. You'll get stabbed. No, I'm just kidding. But the lioness is fierce. That's what it said. Fierce. All right. Arizona and Montana are scared, especially around the Grand Canyon. The Cascadian military has eyes on it. Launched into space, yes. Alright, next major event. I don't think I have any space things going yet. Maybe once I take Texas, then no. I hope it doesn't take that long. Oh, it's getting late already, and it's still just taking forever. The Mercy of the Lioness. A ceasefire was declared across the Pacific Northwest. Cascadian band to getting the fucking thing out of there. Yep. There you go, Derpy. Oh, you just took over all of Nevada. I think it can only do one region at a time like that. So, you get Nevada. It's Derpy land. Like, oh my god. In a move that surprised international observers, Queen Derpy formally met with Cascadian leadership to negotiate its sovereignty with Nevada territory. The resulting Wool Accord established Derpy land as sovereign microstate comprising of the whatever. Securing the vital wool trade in a high-tech buffer zone. It's also a tax haven for Cascadian tech giants. Alright, the Atlantic Gambit. Let's see. Oh! It worked! Taking over. Alright. The sudden appearance of Cascadian-aligned forces near the heart of the eastern seaboard sent shockwaves through Washington, D.C. Alright. Panic in the Grand Canyon. Are we going to take it, or are they going to... It looks like they're not done yet. The psychological impact of Cascadian eyes on such iconic American landmarks has made people leave. In Arizona, local militias have begun digging in. With North Carolina secured, the U.S. is desperate to prevent a push into Virginia, while Cascadia must decide whether to consolidate its... Yeah, we're gonna go north. I'm just gonna ignore her. We try to take Arizona for the Grand Canyon and the river water. Antarctica. Tries to take Jersey. I'll say New Jersey, not because yeah. With the distraction of that, okay. With the distraction of taking... Is that North Carolina? Yeah. North Carolina, Antarctica feels its time and it tries to take New Jersey. Alright. North Carolina troops have eyes on Virginia and begin a march toward there. All right. Anything else, Derpy? What do you want to do with Derpy Land? Do you want to build a castle? Anyone else that's watching can suggest something too. Like, if Tamver's still there, they can suggest Derpy Land go bankrupt or something. I'm just over the U.S. I'm just gonna try to take over. Like they just took. They were just a pain. Like everyone else is all cool, and they're like, nah. Oh, we turned to dance music now. It was on like. It was on like. Dramatic. Oh, it's still on dramatic. It's just for some reason there's a dance music in it. That's good. It's a good one though. Good thinking music. All right, I'm gonna send it then. Oh wait, invents new wool armor. Okay. Derpy Land invents new wool armor and new fashion called fleecing. What the hell? Where you wear light but fluffy clothing. Grandma's cookies is making its way east. But what they don't know is that a bit of batch of the second batch of hallucinogenic. It's not how you spell it. It's never gonna be how you spell it. Do the same thing every time. Wine is part of the ingredients, and so if the US eats a lot of it, they hallucinate. I'll do that next one. We'll do a third batch of hallucinogenic wine that will, yeah, I don't know. A third batch of hallucinogenic. Nope. Got closer. Wine was created. This time, it will make you think you transform into an anthro, just like what happened 50 years ago. All right. Let's see. The Grand Canyon Offensive. Oh, we just took it. Okay. The U.S. Desert Corps, already rattled by the loss of the West, struggled to maintain cohesion. By capturing this region, we got water rights. All right. Oh, yep, they took it. That was not even like a we do this. These are both tries. I guess we're just... The U.S. military is losing its mind. Antarctica deployed an elite expeditionary. Wow, my brain just like broke on that. Expeditionary force of aquatic anthros to the Jersey Shore. Oh, they're in the Jersey Shore. We're gonna have some fun with that, I think, in the next one. Establishing a bridgehead just miles from New York City. The isolationist South has silently bared its teeth, claiming the territory is a Northern protective mandate. Alright. March on Virginia. Am I gonna take it? I do. Yeah, we're just gonna get DC easily. I won't take it just yet. Next turn, I'm going to have Antarctica take Maryland and Delaware first, and then we'll see. Alright, Virginia is now the primary theater. The fleecing of Reno. In Derpy Land, Queen Derpy unveiled fleecing. The slight fluffy clothing provides unexpected protection against ballistic impacts. Tech moguls in the Nevada microstate are investing heavily in the new textile industry. Solidified Derpy Land status as the most stylish and surprisingly durable tax haven. There you go. That's something you got. You got the most stylish and surprisingly durable tax haven. Alright, the latest batch of Grandma's cookies was distributed to U.S. federal troops. Contained a secret ingredient, the remnants of the psych wine. As soldiers across the Ohio River Valley consumed the trees, reports of mass hallucinations. Entire divisions began reporting that the commanders had transformed into towering anthro wolves and bears. The cookie crisis has paralyzed the division. That's good. Alright, transformation wine, here we go. The Cascading Vintners, wow, have perfected a third batch of the wine. Alright. Captured U.S. officers who drank the wine reported a sensation of going fur, claws, snouts, leading to a profound psychological breakdown of human supremacist ideologies. Alright, this identity wine is now being prepared. Alright. The U.S. federal government in a state of cookie-induced hysteria. See, you didn't think the Grandma's Cookies thing would go anywhere. It was always in the back of my head. The Lioness of Cascadia has halted the advance on the river's edge, issuing final summons to the U.S. President. You have won the field, but if you cross the Potomac, we would trigger every contingency we will have left. Ah, wait. I have an idea of how to do this. We will negotiate with you. Let us have talks over our richest food and drinks in good, so that we have everything on the table. We shall discover things together and make sure things go great. I almost did a little smiley face. I don't think they'll like that. Yep, they're not. No, Grandma's cookies will not be at our table. We will have cheese and wine from California. No, okay, we won't let them know about that. Okay. We have a summit with the USA. All the people, all the countries in the... No. We have a summit in the US. Antarctica. Oh my god, it's the thing I made up. Cascadia. Both sit down to negotiate with the leaders of the USA. What they don't know is it has the newest batch of wine with them to make them see how speciesist they were being, and to make them empathetic to the cause, and to try to make them, and to try to make them, okay, to try to make them see how speciesist they were. This was make sure we keep our lands on the west coast. We will pull out of the east coast lands if they sign a sovereignty. That's not how you spell that. There you go. If they sign a treaty of sovereignty, because of newfound empathy. All right. Any more, Derpy? This might be the last one. We'll see. Okay. Alright, well, let's send it. I almost put Derpy Land as part of the negotiation, but... Alright, high-ranking officials from the United States convened in a neutral pavilion on the banks of the Potomac. The air was thick with tension. Alright. Unbeknownst to the American delegation, this third batch was designed to include vivid sensory ships. Yep. The identity wine took effect. The U.S. negotiating team, including the secretary, profound hallucinations of physical transformation. Reports indicate that they felt the weight of the fur and the sharpness of the talons. Psychological breakthrough shattered the federal government's remaining resolve to maintain the human first doctrine. The American leaders, now deeply shaken, began drafting the final terms. There you go. Marking the end of the Cascadian War of Independence, in exchange for full recognition of Cascadian and Antarctican sovereignty and a guarantee that the U.S. Western Territories remaining independent. Cascadia agreed to a total withdrawal from the eastern seaboard. Alright. Whoa, where are they going? Hello? Oh, that's the... Yeah. Let's see. Public sentiment in DC remains confused and terrified. With the war officially over, Cascadia focused on integrating its newly won territories. Hell yeah. Meanwhile, Derpy Land celebrated its first week of official independence. It was a week, huh? The week-long Wool Festival. It was definitely more than a week. It says the time up here. It's September 12th. Maybe it was a week. No, that's been longer than that because this was a week right here. The U.S. now reduced to a central and eastern power. All right. China and Russia have officially opened embassies in Seattle. There you go. A final meeting is called between the leaders of the species allies to discuss the long-term stabilization. We did it. We got the U.S. to shut the fuck up. And we took a bunch of land from them. And then Derpy became a state. Oh my god. Yeah. I want to play as Derpy Land. Derpy Land. Oh, that's a interesting... Help brainstorm actions. Let me see. What's it going to tell me to do with Derpy Land? No, I don't care. Nope, I don't care. Nope. Nope. We're just going to go... Wool, wool, wool. I love wool. Bah. Actually, I'm going to tell that to someone too. Start a new chat with... And... There we go. Antarctica. We're going to say that to them. The wool trade remains the cornerstone of a blah blah blah. We value the stability Derpy Land gives. Bah. Yeah. I love you. Penguins and bears. Oh my god. And let's start a war with someone. Derpy, let's fight a war with, you're going to war with... Ooh, I know. We're going to war with the Vatican City. I am gonna poop on your lawn. Prepare for my manure. That's not how you spell that. Manure. I'ma win this poop war. Sheep's rule. I have wool armor. We have no interest in participating in a poop war. Starts a poop war with Vatican City. We already finished. This is just a little extra. The Reno Fertilizer Initiative. Following Queen Derpy's eccentric declarations, the agricultural sector in Derpyland began a massive mobilization. Branded as wholly organic growth. While the player intended this as a poop war, effective Cascadian logistics officers repurposed the initiative with genuine boo! Boo! They don't want to do a poop war! Swiss Guard was placed on high alert. Though no physical manure reached the lawns, the poop war created a minor sensationalist media storm in Italy. Alright. That's funny. Oh, what? Why is it a different color? That's interesting. It's the Cascadian Celebration Hub, but I don't know why it's has no... To Rome, here we go. He filed a grievance from the United Nations. Derpy, look what you did. You have harassment. This has backfired as the wool armor has only gained more popularity. Derpy Land's status as a rogue, high-tech microstate is now solidified in the world stage. Oh my god. That's funny. Initiated chat. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna just want to say one more thing to them. Ooh. They're angry. Why is Italy talking? Vatican City is not Italy. It's a bizarre distraction. We are not interested in forcing a full shipment blockade. Oh, Italy's like, shut up. Alright, well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it very much. I liked bullying the US again. It's basically what this simulator is for me, is just bully the US simulator. Because they try to bully me and it always backfires on them. Because everyone else is always for me. So, it's always fun. But yeah, thank you for joining. We shall come back soon. I don't know if next week, but I'm reaching for at least one more time this month, if not 2 more. So, yeah. Alright, have a good night, guys. Bye.